Hello students, welcome to EPG Pashala. I am Professor C.P. Vashisht from the Department of Library and Information Science, University Delhi. I retired from there in 2000. Today we are going to talk on the module Pioneers of Library Movement Part 2 from Public Libraries. To study the involvement of people of the then Andhra, Mysore and Madras in library movement. To study the initiative taken for having lasting impact on the future course of action in the matters of public library movement in India. Chilkamati Lakshmi Narasimham, born 1867, died 1946, was a poet, playwright and social reformer of the great repute in Andhra. He had deep love for libraries and literature in his heart. Though he had no direct role in politics, he used to participate in Congress meetings and inclined to rightist policy. When Mr. Bipin Chandra Pal visited Rajamundry in 1907, Chilkamati recited a poem in extempore which means India is a milch cow, Indians are crying like a calf gagged by Britishers. The Britishers are milking India mercilessly. He is affectionately addressed as Poet Laureate of Andhra Desha. Role in running the library. Sri Chilkamati served as president of Veerasalingam Library, founded by Mr. Nalam Krishna Rao in Rajamundry for some time. He opposed for changing the name of the library so long as he was its president. Later on, this library was renamed as Praja Granthalayam, that is People's Library. This library was then merged with Basuraya Library to form the Gomathi Granthalaya in 1919. President of first Andhra Desha Librarians Conference in 1914. Sri Chilkamati presided the first Andhra Desha Librarians Association in 1914 at Vijayawada, now known as Vijayawada. His presidential address is a landmark in the annals of library movement in India, in which he proclaimed Library Granthalaya, the laws of library, which was translated into English by Dr. S.R. Ranganathan in the following lines. The sun's light brightens everything. So shall knowledge dispel darkness, brighten every life. And air gives life to all and is freely accessible, so shall knowledge be within easy reach of all, breathing life vigor into them. Clear water quenches the thirst of all, so shall knowledge satisfy the curiosity of the curious and the hunger of the hungry for it. In his presidential address, he said that all Indians are backward with regard to knowledge and there was an urgent need to uplift them. In country where there are less number of schools, libraries are the only source of knowledge. Reading books means spending valuable time with best friends. Libraries are near to us than our parents and brothers. Hence, we should have more knowledge cafes than food cafes. He suggested for starting a journal for the spread of library message. He declared that each village should have libraries like we have tanks and wells. A versatile personality. Edited journals named Saraswati, Manorama and Deshmata. Through these journals, he not only contributed to the spread of Telugu language literature, but also to expose the exploitation of the then British exploitation of Indians by the then British government. On his 71st birthday, that is in 1928, Andhra University honored him with the Kala Prapurna, that is honorary doctorate. He was a man full of patriotism and love for his mother tongue, Telugu. Twice in 1915-16 and 1917-18, he was elected as Vice President of Andhra Desha Library Association. Yankee Bennett Ramanayya, 1890-1979. Yankee Venkataramanayya, popularly known as Yankee, was born on 24th July 1890 in Konduburu village of West Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh. He is considered as the moving spirit behind library movement in Andhra. He was awarded Padma Shri by the Government of India. He completed his school education in 1903. He could not continue his studies further because of his deep involvement in the national freedom movement. Library movement. Yankee realized that illiteracy was the root cause of all the social and economic problems of India. He felt that libraries were as powerful as the educational institutions in eradicating illiteracy. This led him to start the library movement. He joined Ram Mohan Library as its secretary in 1911. This library made rapid strides under his stewardship. He also worked as secretary Andhra Desha Library Association from its very inception 1914 till 1939. He built up the Andhra Library movement as a model to the entire country. Library conferences. Yankee was very active in conducting library meetings. He conducted as many as 25 library conferences which developed library consciousness and interest among the people. Yankee and Andhra Desha Library Association were chiefly responsible for organization of All India Public Library Conference in November 1919, the first of its kind in Madras. This was a major step in the Indian library movement. It gave a fillip to other library associations like Punjab Library Association, Madras Library Association, Bengal Library Association in catering to the library needs of the society. Library pilgrimages. In the second All India Library Conference, which was conducted in December 1923, Yankee was elected as General Secretary of All India Public Library Association. As Secretary of the Association, he conducted library pilgrimages which stirred the enthusiasm of rural people for library movement in whole of Andhra Pradesh. Relationship library movement with adult education. He envisaged the reciprocal relationship of library movement with adult education. Various book exhibitions, cultural festivals, general lectures on rural sanitation, agriculture as part of library movement helped the development of adult education. He not only took the initiative to establish rural libraries but also brought forth the first library journal, that is Granthalaya Sarvaswamu in Telugu language, with the patronage of Andhra Desha Library Association. He also edited the Indian Library Journal from 1924 to 1936. Yankee founded Saraswati Samrajyam at Vijayawada with the aim of making every human being an informed, cultured, and democratic citizen. Awards and honors. In view of his dedicated services to the cause of library movement, he received many ovations from eminent persons like V.V. Giri and Dr. S. R. Ranganathan. Speaking on the occasion of laying the foundation stone of Saraswati Samrajyam, Shri B.V. Giri, the then Vice President of India, paid glowing tributes to Yankee and congratulated him on his meritorious and exemplary services in establishing public library movement in India. Recognizing Yankee's efforts in the library field, the Government of India awarded him Padma Shri in 1972. He was also recipient of the coveted award of Kavala Gold Medal. Yankee dedicated himself to the cause of libraries and library movement till his death. It is not hyperbolic to say that a study of Andhra library movement has become a study of life of Yankee Venkata Ramanayya. Vavilala Gopala Krishnaiah. Vavilala Gopala Krishnaiah was born in 1906 and died in 2003. Padma Bhushan Vavilala Gopala Krishnaiah was born on 17 September 1906 at Satanpalli in Guntur district. He participated in almost all social political activities in the state of Andhra Pradesh. As early as 1929, he started Sarada Granthalayam at Satanpalli. He got himself trained under Yankee Venkata Ramanayya in 1934 at the library training courses organized at Vijayawada. After this, his interest in library movement increased. He reviewed the Model Library Bill 1930 of Dr. S. R. Ranganathan and suggested several modifications. He prepared an alternative library model bill in 1938 and submitted the same to the government. He also made several suggestions to the draft Composite Library Bill of 1960. He also served on review committee appointed by Andhra Pradesh government on Library Act under the chairmanship of Justice Gopal Rao Egbote. Andhra Pradesh government appointed a committee under his chairmanship to suggest ways and means for the development of private aided libraries in the state. He was elected to the state legislature several times. He also served as the chairman of Official Language Commission. He started Vavilala Sanstha at Guntur in 1981, which is engaged in organizing educational and cultural programs. Gopal Rao Egbote, born 1912, died in 1994. Born on 1st June 1912, Justice Gopal Rao Egbote was educated at Saraswati Bhuvan Middle School and Government High School, Aurangabad, and Osmania University, Hyderabad. He was enrolled as an advocate of the Hyderabad High Court on 28 November 1948 and as an advocate of the Supreme Court in 1951. He practiced in beginning in the Municipal Magistrates Court in Aurangabad district, then in the Subordinate Court and High Court at Hyderabad. He started practicing in Andhra Pradesh High Court since the reorganization of the state. He practiced mostly on civil side. He was Minister of Education, Local Government and Panchayat Affairs in the erstwhile Hyderabad state from 26 January 1954 to 31st October 1956 and also a member of the Legislative Assembly, Andhra Pradesh for some time. He was appointed as an additional judge of the Andhra Pradesh High Court for a period of 2 years with effect from 7th June 1962. On 12th of February 1964, he was appointed permanent judge. He worked as Chief Justice of Andhra Pradesh with effect from 1st April 1972 till his retirement on 1st June 1974. Role in library movement. Justice Egbote had a special liking for libraries from his early childhood. He was associated as a founder member or a president or a general secretary and various other capacities with public libraries. He introduced library bill in Hyderabad state when he was the education minister and got it passed in 1955. He presided over the 2 All India Library Conferences held in Hyderabad and actively participated in the library activities of Vidarbha, Marathwada and Hyderabad. He was the chairman of the review committee appointed by the government of Andhra Pradesh in 1976 to look into the functioning of the Library Act. This committee, after a state-wise survey and visits, suggested several measures for the improvement in the functioning of the Libraries Act. Justice Egbote also served as the member of the State Library Council Advisory Committee of the City Central Library, Hyderabad, Standards Committee and several other library bodies. He was also member of the Senate and the Syndicate of the Osmania University, Hyderabad. Gadi Cherla Harisarvata Rao, born 1883, died in 1960. Gadi Cherla Harisarvatam Rao was born on October 14, 1883. He passed his high school final examination in 1900 from a school in Gutti, district Kurnool, and took his MA degree from the University of Madras in 1906. One can easily guess what an attractive career in government service he could have in those days with highest university degree if he had chosen for that. But he was cast for something very different. Those who had the privilege of working or knowing Harisarvatam Rao will remember what an experience it used to be to meet him. He was like an active dynamo always in motion. His vulnerable, pure khadi-clad, robust physique in all its bearing at once gave an impression that he was a true representative of poorer man of India. He looked very much like a working kisan with scant but scrupulously clean clothes. Throughout his long life, extending over a period of nearly 6 decades, he did one thing: he served his people and he served them so faithfully and so well. In All India Library conferences, he moved like an institution by himself. He was indeed an institution and unique one for that matter in library conferences, particularly toward the end of his life, as there were very few among the participants who could claim even a fraction of the amount of the sacrifices that he made for the cause of services to the nation through libraries and early education. The movement for Swaraj, initiated by Indian National Congress, received a tremendous impetus right at the time when Shri Harisharibhuttam Rao completed his formal education. Lord Curzon's plan of partition of Bengal in 1905 divided in the spark of blazing the trail of an intensive nationwide movement for liberation from the British rule. The gems of public library men, scholars, orators threw themselves in the forefront of the movement. Shri Rao soon became into contact with a great scholar and perhaps the greatest orator in India of the time, Shri Bipin Chandra Pal, and fell completely under his spell. It is worth recording that Shri Pal was not only great historian, patriot and orator, he was also a great librarian, being the librarian of the Calcutta Public Library from 1880 to 1900. This was a significant coincidence indeed. Maybe Shri Rao's lifelong association hereafter with librarians, with libraries and early education had something to do with his contact with one among our eminent and senior most pioneers in library profession. Shri Rao began taking part in the freedom movement from 1906. The same year, he founded association named as Vigyan Chandrika Mandali with the object of sponsoring and publishing good literature in the mother tongue of the people, that is Telugu. He was essentially a worker and not a preceptor, so he took upon himself to prepare the first book to be published by the association. The first publication was excellent translation in Telugu of a standard work on the life of the great hero of the American library movement, Abraham Lincoln. The translation was, of course, done entirely by Shri Rao himself. Later, under his inspired leadership, the association published quite a few more books, some of which were till today considered as classics in Telugu literature. Simultaneously, Shri Rao became the editor of Swaraj, Telugu Weekly Edition, in 1907. His vigorous participation in many kinds of nation-building activities and forceful writing, propagating the freedom movement and a spread of education could no longer be tolerated by the then government. In 1908, he was sentenced to imprisonment on a charge of sedition and was kept behind bar for 3 years. The Madras government carried its vengeance against him quite far. To block his way to earning his livelihood by taking up a job of a teacher, the government issued an order prohibiting his appointment in any school in the province. This prohibitory order remained in force till it was rescinded by the first National Congress government that assumed office power in the province in 1937. In 1914, he became the first editor of the daily Telugu edition of Andhra Patrika and served for about 3 years in that capacity. In 1917, he was chosen as the secretary of the Andhra Home League Rule. Andhra Home Rule League. From 1927 to 1930, he served as a member of the Madras Legislative Council. He was also elected as a member of Andhra University Senate for some years during his period. The national government in Madras appointed him honorary director and organizer, adult education, Madras in 1937. During the same period, he also became vice president of the South Indian Adult Education Association and editor of South Indian Adult Education Review. From this time onward, till his death in 1960, he devoted himself fully to the adult education and library movement work. He took over as editor of Granthalaya Sarvasamu and as the president of the Andhra Desha Granthalaya Sangham, now known as Andhra Pradesh Library Association, and later position he held with unique distinction and dedication till his death. In between, he held many responsible positions and rendered valuable services in the field of his life mission. In 1946, his 60th birthday ceremony, sponsored by Andhra Desha Library Association, was celebrated with great enthusiasm. The same year, he was made president of Granthalaya Trust, and when the trust constructed a fine building to house the Andhra Desha Library Association and allied organizations, it was formally declared open in 1949, being named after him as Sarvottam Bhavanam. In 1953, he directed All India Adult Education Seminar at Bikram in Bihar. In 1955, he participated as a delegate in the deliberations of the UNESCO Seminar on Development of Public Libraries in Asia, held in Delhi. It is common knowledge that the Andhra Pradesh Library Association is not only the first library association in India, but also that its long record of service stands foremost in quality and quantity in the annals of our library movement in India. Sri Hari Sarvottam Rao was associated with the library movement in Andhra from its very inception. He was essentially a selfless worker who shunned the limelight and dealt with men and affairs in a straightforward manner. His educational attainment and literary merits were of an order that had to chosen the normal life of careerist, educationist, or journalist. Possibly no position in these fields could be beyond his reach. The approach has a very great relevance to conditions in our rural areas, and it is the claim of the rural areas in our library services that always attends the attention of Shri Rao, whom we remember today with gratitude and reverence as true representative of the village India, which reforms the heart of the India. Sri Hari Sarvottam Rao was also Vice President of Indian Library Association for some years. In 1953, he invited All India Library Conference held at Hyderabad. That was the last All India Library Conference that he attended. He is no more with us, but his inspiring example and benign influence will always weigh high in all our programs having bearing on public library movement. Paturi Nagbhushanam, born 1907, died 1987. Kala Prapurna, Paturi Nagbhushanam was born in 1907 in a humble circumstances. His maternal uncle was his preceptor. Paturi followed him and moved with social leaders and freedom fighters who taught him to follow selfless service. Library movement was one which attracted Paturi the most. He started teaching adults in his native village, Pedapalam of Guntur district at an early younger age. As a student of Edward High School, Nindu Borle, Paturi conducted a night school for adults at Machhubanam for 2 years. In all the summer camps he conducted as secretary on the Desha Granthalaya Sangham, he inspired many young men to take up this task, which is holy and makes the participants shed the holier than thou you attitude. The pure khadi snow. The pure white snow on the peaks of Everest is of no use. When it is melted by the heat of the sun and flows into the rivers, it is plain, then it is useful. The case of knowledge is not dissimilar. His lifelong association with adult education programs made him publish G. Sarvattam Rao's books and charts on adult education. He was elected member of the Council of Indian Adult Association, Regional Secretary, South Indian Adult Education Association Madras, Director, South Indian Adult Education Cooperative Publishing Society Limited Madras, appointed as one of the judges for evaluating the books written for neo-literates, and Secretary, Reception Committee and organizer of the Andhra Desha Adult Education Special Conference, Tenali. Posts were thrust on him and he enhanced their honor with his individual stamp. Note the list of posts he held in library movement. He was Secretary and Librarian, Bala Saraswati Library, Bedapalam. Here he started his work. His novel boat library service, which he ran for 7 years, made him known throughout India and in some quarters of the world. He donated 1,000 books and collected 6,000 more, making it a central library, ultimately serving nearly 40 villages with 2 branches in Dugarala and Peda in Guntur district. It is known as the Saraswat Seva Shram Vani Mandiram, of which he was the curator. He was Secretary, Tenali Talluk Library Association, Guntur district, Secretary, Guntur District Library Association, Secretary, Andhra Pradesh Library Association since June 1938, Honorary Secretary and Correspondent, Andhra Granthalaya Trust, Member, State Library Committee for 20 years, Member, Guntur District Local Library Authority for 1 term, Member for 2 terms of the Krishna District Local Library Authority, Editor, Andhra Granthalaya Quarterly for 1 year, Editor of Granthalaya Sarvaswami since the beginning of the publication of 12th volume, one of the 5 members of the drafting committee appointed by the State Library Committee of Andhra Pradesh to write up the draft bill of Andhra Pradesh Public Libraries Act, Council member, Indian Library Association. T.S. Avinashalingam Chettiar, born 1903, died 1991. Mr. Avinashalingam Chettiar was born on 5th May 1903 at Tirupur. Avinashalingam was drawn into politics quite early in life. He introduced Public Library Bill in the Madras legislature and got it approved in 1948. Thus, the library profession in Tamil Nadu is indebted to him. S.R. Ranganathan, born 1892, died 1972. Dr. S.R. Ranganathan was born on 12th August 1892 in Srihalli in Tamil Nadu. He graduated from Madras University and did LT from Teachers Training College, Saidapet, Madras. Served as lecturer in mathematics and physics at Bangalore, etc. He was selected as librarian of Madras University in 1924. He had his basic grinding librarianship in UK. He was the founder secretary of Madras Library Association and did yeoman services. Mala started mobile library service on 21st October 1931 for serving the villages within a radius of 82 miles from the town Kumar Mangalam to at Manargudi, Tamil Nadu, to liquidate illiteracy among the rural folk and to arouse interest in book among them. The bullock cart used for this mobile library was designed by S.V. Pillai, an engineer. His model library bill was also circulated by Mala to various local bodies, district boards, municipalities, talukas and panchayats in Madras state. Yet another service initiated by Mala under the leadership of S.R. Ranganathan for the first time in 1931 was the starting of prison library service. With the efforts of Mala in 1933, the local railway company at the Madras agreed to charge half parcel rate for books exchanged between libraries and the readers. Earlier, as Librarian of Madras University, he had extended door-to-door delivery system to teachers of affiliated colleges in 1928. He introduced open access in Madras University Library in 1929. At the insistence of Mala, the director of public instruction, Madras, made 2 hours of library work compulsory in all high school classes. A memorandum was prepared by S.R. Ranganathan to the utilization of these periods, which was approved by Secondary School Leaving Certificate Board of Madras. In 1935, Mala started library tours in the villages to work with the help of village library groups in the villages for the removal of illiteracy of adults for over 14 years of age. The scheme was that a literate member was to teach some 10 illiterates near about him in leisure hours with a special text and the copy book prepared by them for the teaching. He gave several new theories in library management, particularly in library classification. He was President, Indian Library Association, Vice President FID and Library Association UK. He wrote several books and technical papers, founded DRTC in 1962 under Indian Statistical Institute, Calcutta. Awards. In 1936, he was honored with title of Rao Sahib. In 1957, he was awarded Padma Shri by the Government of India. He was appointed National Research Professor in Library Science by the Government of India in 1965. S. Janardhanam Naidu. Janardhanam Naidu joined Connemara Public Library as its first full-time librarian in 1929 and continued in the same position till retirement. He introduced several new services in library, including open access system, revised and published its author catalogue. He was very popular among library publishers in Madras. Krishnaswamy Iyer, KV, born 1883, died 1965. Krishnaswamy Iyer was the chairman of Reception Committee of All India Public Library Conference held in Madras in 1927. He lost no time to seize the idea mooted in the conference that Madras should have a library association of its own. The result was the formation of Madras Library Association, that is Mala, with himself as chairman and S.R. Ranganathan as the secretary. He took interest in spreading library movement in the state, which is admired by one and all. He was made emeritus president of Mala, that is Madras Library Association, till he breathed his last in December 1965 after attaining the age of 82 years. Mr. Iyer was an eminent person of education and imagination. Soon after the formation of the association, he took up compilation of motley collection of essays in 5 languages: English, Tamil, Telugu, Kannadi's, and Malayalam, used in the then composite province of Madras. The opening essay in the compilation, The Library Movement, was by Rabindranath Tagore, and other contributors were eminent pen like S. Satyamurthy, Pattabi Sitaramaiah, C.P. Ramaswamy Iyer, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, and others. Mr. Iyer himself contributed as many as 4 essays in the English section of the collection. Viscount Goshen of Hankhurst, the then governor of Madras, sent a message for inclusion in the collection. Remarks of retired Honorable V.S. Srinivas Shastri in his foreword to the collection as quoted below will show what stuff Mr. Iyer was made of. As an ardent well-wisher of the new means of national uplift, I cannot forbid to note in the inclusion one good omen. The movement in Madras has been taken up in earnest by one of our most energetic and zealous worker, Mr. K.V. Krishnaswamy Iyer. Unlike other public workers, begins with his career as a servant of the community with a good record of useful activity to dare to narrow one's range, to define one's aim precisely, and to labor persistently till results are achieved, are virtues of public life of which he possesses an uncommon share. Few could aspire for such encomium from a person of the reputation and standing of the retired Honorable Srinivas Shastri. Mr. Iyer provided inclusive proof of his qualities of head and heart right from the moment he took up the case of library movement. On Mr. Iyer's demise on December 24, 1965, Dr. S.R. Ranganathan, a lifelong co-worker of Shri K.V. Krishnaswamy Iyer in Madras Library Association, in an obituary note paid rich tributes to the memory of the deceased. K.V. Krishnaswamy Iyer, a person of outstanding ability and dignity, was a non-professional promoter of library movement in India. His pioneering work for over 3 decades, marked by his uncommon devotion and sagacity, will ever provide shining example for future workers in the field of library science. We shall cherish his memory with all respect and admiration. Describe the role played by Messrs. Chilkamarti Lakshmi Narasimham, Yanki Venkataramanayya, Vavilala Gopala Krishnayya, Gopala Egbote, Gadi Cherla Hari Sarvottam Rao, Paturi Nagbhushanam, T.S. Avinashalingam Chettiar, S.R. Ranganathan, S. Janardhan Naidu, Sri K.V. Krishnaswamy Iyer in the spread of live movement in India in general and southern India states in particular.